Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Well, I got a little bit of a break in the rain, so I figured I better get outside and do a video while the getting's good. It's been just raining the last few days. Don't know if it's just a break or if it's going to come back, but yeah, figured I should get out of the house a little bit. Spending too much time cooped up recently. Anyhow, just thought I would talk a little bit today about kind of my philosophy and why I talk about what I talk about. I get questions from time to time, and sometimes I get kind of I think are like puzzled questions or just puzzled responses from people because I do talk. This channel is predominantly about raw vegan. Although I hope that a lot more can be taken from it, and I hope people can take something from it that aren't fully raw vegan, because that is never going to be the point of this channel. I'm not fully raw vegan. I don't really know if I ever will be. I'm not sure if I have a desire to be. I eat. The label has just never interested me, just so I can get to that next level, that next higher level of the club. Now let me just say this at the very beginning of this video, so there's no mistakes, it doesn't get buried further in the video. For me personally, I always feel the best eating all raw. I just say that unequivocally. But I get in situations and I'm not going to flip out, freak myself out, or just be ridiculous because I'm not able to get raw food, or it's not convenient for me to eat raw at some particular time. Now, having said that, another big reason that I've always wanted the channel to kind of be of the subject matter it is and in the tone that it is because, to be honest, to do a fully raw vegan channel and just be, just the whole focus is trying to convince people or try all about being fully raw is just not terribly realistic. And why do I say that? Look at the numbers. You guys probably get tired of me saying that all the time. Look at the numbers. Look at statistics. If you look at the statistics, and I think honestly, and I've probably been guilty of doing it at times myself, vegans tend to inflate the numbers. But so I hear people saying that 5% of the world is vegan. I think it's actually more like 5% of the world is vegetarian. A little bit less than that's vegan, and way a minuscule group are the raw vegans. So when you start breaking that down into real numbers, and you're looking at a planet with I don't know exactly the current population, but with 7 billion plus, and let's go ahead and say there's 5% vegans in the world, 5% of the population. That's a very small number, and it's a very astronomical amount of people that simply aren't vegan. So I would think out of that 5%, wouldn't even want to guesstimate how many people are raw vegan. So just by the sheer numbers, there's not a ton of people doing it. Now, I never want to discourage that. When I say raw vegan is not realistic, I'm talking about it's not realistic to expect to change people's mindset to a large amount of people. I don't think raw vegan is unrealistic, especially depending on where you live. But then again, I know people that do fully raw vegan in areas that probably you're not designed to be fully raw vegan, but hey, they make it work. But it's just not the reality for most people. And I want to, it's always been kind of the purpose for me doing this channel, is I want to be able to connect with and resonate with, and people resonate with me, as many people as possible, as wide a group as possible. And I think when you just focus on the plant-based first, you have a more realistic shot of getting people, to at least get on board with eating more plants. I've seen a lot less resistance, a lot of people, tons and tons and tons of comments, and I've told you a million times, that's always going to be the thing that pleases me the most. When you folks write me comments talking about how you're vegan and you're not raw vegan yet, some people actually even will make a comment almost like it's a dirty little secret or a confession. Man, I love you. I'm happy for you. So all you people that make comments and tell me, hey, I'm already vegan, or I went vegan and now I'm trying to do raw vegan. Man, you're already mostly there, in my opinion, because, like I say, let's always remember the main objective. It's like, I don't talk about the ethics all the time, but for me, that's what makes me happy. When honestly, yes, I don't focus on the ethical side and I don't get into all that part of it as much because there's people that do that better. There's people that do very well researched videos and articles. Aaron Janis, just off the top of my head, being one of them, that, that's not the focus of my channel, but it is one of the huge focuses of my life. So when people tell me they're vegan, I have to make an effort to stay paying attention because right then I'm happy. Even a junk food vegan, I'm happy. I mean, because they're vegan. They're not taking any life to feed themselves. But I do talk about health. And you know what? I do talk about a cleaner version of a plant-based, a vegan lifestyle. And I just think that's what's going to resonate with the most people. Now, as and I'm taking a break. I was working on that group, the 30-day raw vegan challenge. So I'm not abandoning it. I'm not throwing the raw vegan lifestyle under the bus, not throwing shade on it. I'm just talking about I want to reach out to and help as many people as possible. And for me, if you want to go fully raw vegan, I'll encourage you. I'll help you in any way possible. But for me, it's just kind of like, when I get on the bus here, you buy a ticket and you can get off anywhere along the way. I offer a lot of options here. I offer a lot of stages along the way, and I'm just happy that you pick up anything. If you ate one more piece of fruit or one more vegetable today because you watch my channel than you would have eaten, well, then that's a small win. That's a win for you, and that makes me feel good for somehow having contributed to that. But yeah, I don't want people to ever think that I'm throwing shade on the raw thing. I absolutely 100% know about myself. That's all I really know about. I've mentioned that to you before. And there may be people out there, and there are tons of people out there that are smarter on the science of this lifestyle, that are smarter on a lot of things about that. But you ain't smarter on me than I am. I know myself, and I know without a doubt because I have a lot of time. If you haven't figured that out, I analyze things. I live in my head a lot. I pay attention. I'm always aware. And when I eat cooked food, I don't just eat it willy-nilly like, okay, well, I got to eat cooked food today. I'm very, very conscious of how I feel different than when I'm eating the raw. And it does bring me down. I never feel as good eating cooked as I do when I'm eating fully raw. But having said that, another reason I'm not going to always preach the raw is law, raw is the best. I network with a lot of high-carb vegans that eat cooked food, and I network with them, some that are way better off than me. They're in better shape than me. They probably have better health, and they're thriving on this lifestyle. So it would be silly for me. I just don't participate in these little arguments where I'm going to go call out somebody like plant-based athlete. Plant-based athlete eats cooked food. You're an idiot, dude. Get off that cooked food. It's going to kill you, blah, 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 blah. Guy's in phenomenal shape. He's 40-something years old. I can't remember how far into his 40s he is. Just won the World Masters in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and not even just athletic endeavors. The guy's he's healthy. You can tell. You can tell by the way he talks. You can tell by his physicality. There's just a number of people out there. There's a number of fully raw vegans that I resonate with too. Chris Kendall, Raw Advantage. Resonate with him a lot. The guy's got some great results. One thing I relate to him even more is because he's kind of like what I'm trying to be. He's he's a fully raw vegan, but he's not a stick man like a lot of these vegans. So Chris got some muscle and stuff on him, so I like that. And also too, when I always like to reiterate this a number of times because I got like almost 900 videos now, and I don't think that everybody's going to go back and watch every single video. When I talk about raw is law, when I get a little snarky about it, get a little sarcastic and joke about it, I always want you to know what I'm talking about too. I'm not making any fun of or like looking down or with people that are doing fully raw vegan. Tanny Raw does fully raw vegan. Raw is law for her. Raw is law for Melissa. Raw is law for Chris Kendall. I don't have any problem whatsoever when I mentioned that raw is law thing, kind of tongue in cheek. I don't have a problem with people who live that in their lifestyle. I just don't resonate, and I never wanted this channel to be about, and I don't like to network with the people that are just hammering it all the time, ad nauseum, and it just gets a little bit obnoxious for a while. So just thought I would do this one. Just kind of had a feeling to do it and just kind of explain why I don't harp on that fully raw vegan thing, but not like to explain that I'm not discounting the value of the fully raw vegan lifestyle. Oh, and I'll just throw a little disclaimer in there for that person that's going to catch this at 3 o'clock in the morning a couple of months down the road from now. You don't want to be raw vegan? Don't be raw vegan. There's always somebody that pops in like months later and leaves you a comment about how stupid it is to be raw vegan, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you just watched a video on being raw vegan, so Hope you guys are having a wonderful week, a wonderful day, wonderful life. I know it's starting to get cooler a little bit for you. My mama told me it actually, or no, it wasn't my mama. It's another friend close to where I'm from in the States said it got down in the 40s this week. So anyhow, if you guys like this one, please give me a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you again tomorrow.